Hallo, da sind wir wieder, Pepe und Gitte. Wir sind hier doch in Hikmet und wollen jetzt erstmal zu uns, also erstmal zu unserer grünen Tür, zu unserem Raum. Um von dort aus dann nach San Matthäus zu wechseln und außerdem auch Petrus einzufangen.
Genau, wir
Das steht darum, müssen wir
möchten
nicht fangen.
Ärger in Ehen machen. Das heißt, den Ärger, nicht den Ärger machen, sondern uns um den Ärger kümmern. Aber ja. Meinst du, ich finde hier jemals wieder nach Hause?
Ja.
Komisch, ich habe es gefunden.
Ja. Und zwar
So,
sehr schnell.
aber da werden wir dann
Petrus nehmen.
statt Vasco den Petrus mitnehmen. Halt, drüber gerattert. Und dann nehme ich an, müssen wir nach St. Matthäus.
Ja,
Nee,
das ist richtig.
hier, in die Schwarzen Lande.
Ja, stimmt.
Da ist der Vater Justinius.
Ja, da ist es.
Soll uns
Egal.
recht sein.
Nicht dagegen einzuwenden.
Edenlager, jawohl. Mal gucken, was es da für einen Ärger gibt. Da hat uns ja die Mutter Kardinalin drum gebeten,
Ja,
dass wir uns darum kümmern.
der ist gar nicht weit weg, der Typ. Also, habe ich gedacht. Aber ist auch wahr, er ist wirklich nicht weit.
Wer? Wer ist nicht
Nur
weit?
San Matthäus, oder? Oder gibt es hier
Nee, ist
irgendwo,
nicht
wo man hin...
allzu weit weg von San
What an
Matthäus.
astounding place.
Ja,
It is the village of Eden the Cardinal Mother told you about.
ja,
The place where natives and priests live together.
genau.
Admit that I'm curious to see it.
All that's left to do is find Father Justinius.
3 Stück, gut. Ach, das wolltest du auch noch lernen, wie man Fallen irgendwie platziert, oder?
Ja, da fehlen uns aber 2 Punkte.
Oh, die bauen da hier eine große Kirche oder so, ne?
Ja, sieht so aus.
So, und das steht da ja auch schon,
Ja,
nehme ich mal an.
Welcome to Eden, the lighthouse of faith, harmony, and civilization in these wild lands.
Thank you. Desarde. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I am Father Justinius. Delighted. And what may I do for you?
ja, wir befragen ihn mal zu den gestohlenen Tafeln.
The Mother Cardinal has asked me to investigate the theft of these tablets you discovered.
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablets is a catastrophe. We have to find them at all costs. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go ask Sister Eugenia. She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and were also guarding them. You should find her a bit further in the village, with her colleagues.
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug most likely had a hand in this. They must have wanted to please the demons they worship by stealing the holy word from us.
How could they have learned of the tablet's existence?
Perhaps the demons are giving them this power. Unless one of the natives living in the village innocently mentioned them. They are so naive. Either way, I am certain that the heretics are involved in this matter.
I must
Okay.
leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
I wonder what really happened when the missionaries came to settle here.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe we'll change our view on things. The theft of the relic is probably not a coincidence.
Was habe ich denn versäumt? Ich musste gerade weg. Irgendwas versäumt?
Nee, wir haben... diese Heretiker haben bestimmt die Tafel gestohlen. Also
Wie immer.
das war alles nicht sehr aufschlussreich. Moment mal, ich glaube, wir müssen eher in die Richtung.
Auf jeden Fall habt ihr jetzt eine Aufgabe, ihr müsst irgendwas finden, was gestohlen wurde, ja? Oder?
Ja, diese Tafeln.
Was sollen das für Tafeln sein? Tafeln, die Sie vorher entdeckt haben irgendwo, oder wie?
Ja, von dem heiligen Matthäus.
Ach so.
So,
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
Ist das die, von der wir den Hut hatten?
Sieht so aus eigentlich, ne? Eugenia
Sie
kommt mir
hat
so
keinen
bekannt
Hut
vor.
mehr, ja. Und der Name kommt mir auch bekannt
Ja,
vor.
eben.
Na gut. Also, erzähl mal über die gestohlene Tafel.
I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Okay, hast den Verdacht?
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Alas, I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us. Or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Okay, wo waren die Tafeln?
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Matthias later. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to. But I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
Und wer hat sie bewacht?
Genau.
I imagine that someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
Okay, erzähl mal was über Eden.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village had been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings. And then I stayed.
Ja, die Eingeborenen waren garantiert begeistert.
Können ja mal fragen.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful.
Gut,
Thank you. I will let you work.
wollen wir doch mal gucken, wo der Häuptling wohnt und den mal befragen.
Meinst du, den gibt es hier
ja?
noch den Häuptling?
Da ist die Unterkunft.
Nee, das war
Da
ja
ist
Vater.
der Gevatter
Ach, da ist er.
und da war der Häuptling. Also werden wir jetzt erstmal hier gucken.
Ja,
In der
wir
Unterkunft.
sind ja hier in der Gegend. Können wir ja schauen.
Wir sind ja schon direkt nicht davor. Da hinten ist es. Wer bist du? Bruder Virgil, jawohl.
Greetings. Desarde. I'm handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
According to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
Okay, und wie war das in der Nacht?
What can you tell me about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Hast gut geschlafen, ha?
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that matters to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
Ja, fragen wir ihn mal nach den Eingeborenen.
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here. And the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter, anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified.
Gott,
To keep
was schlimm.
rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tensions with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things.
Ja, so nennt man wissenschaftliche Arbeit.
Ich nehme
Ha?
an, er will irgendwas verstecken, oder?
Wir geben uns mit dem zufrieden, was wir wissen und wollen gar nicht mehr wissen.
Ja,
Wir suchen nur nach dem, was uns bestätigt.
genau so.
Basta.
Ja, eben. Mhm.
Gut, fragen wir ihn nach seiner Ankunft in Eden.
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
Das ist so schlimm. Also wirklich.
You talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
If your superior's Domitius, you are a member of the Ordo Luminis. I did not expect to find one of its members side by side with the missionaries. They usually do not get along.
The order goes everywhere the light needs to be revealed.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it. How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Na, das ist ja schlimm,
Ja,
ja.
die-
Ich weiß, was wir mit denen gemacht haben.
Goodbye.
Wahrscheinlich haben sie die alle abgemurkst.
Sonst wird mir noch schlecht.
Ja, also wirklich.
So, dann gucken wir uns hier mal um. Hier liegen Bücher, Bücherkisten. Futter gibt's auch, verhungern werden sie hier nicht.
Nee.
Äpfel, Schinken, Käse und ein Humpen. Wer bist du?
Ach, irgend so einer.
Irgendeiner, der nicht spricht. Ah, das sieht ein bisschen blutig aus hier.
Naja, vielleicht
Haben
haben
Sie
sie
da
einen
einen
gerade bekehrt.
Eingeborenen,
Bekehrt.
belehrt, bekehrt. Ja, mehr ist hier eigentlich nicht.
Erzogen natürlich.
Ach, erzogen nennt man das ja, genau. So, na dann. Was haben wir da?
Ja, hier müssen wir noch rein. Ich glaube, da waren die Tafeln vielleicht drin, oder?
Karte gucken.
Nee, Bruder Kasparus, mit dem haben wir noch nicht gesprochen.
Büro der Missionare. Aha.
Ja,
Okay.
gehen wir mal rein.
So. Mach mal. Ah, hier gibt's was zu finden. Sieht im Prinzip aus wie in dem anderen Lagerraum.
Na, guck mal, da ist was.
Ja, ja, das habe ich schon gesehen. Deswegen meinte ich, ja, hier gibt es was zu finden.
Ah ja, die haben hier so eigentlich mehr so wie, als ob sie was ausgegraben hätten oder so.
There's only one entrance, and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
Can't believe it. This brother Virgil was unforgivably neglectful. Idiot must have fallen asleep, and then our thieves only had to take the keys from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened. But someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
It has to be someone in the village. If we find them, there's a chance we can retrieve the relics.
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village. Family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who's close to the exiles and enough about the researchers to inform them.
Ja, das hatte ich sowieso vor mit dem Häuptling
Ja,
zu
aber wir
reden.
machen alles schön herein nach.
Ja, ja, klar.
Das war ja klar, dass ich das mit dem sprechen muss.
Wer ist
Ist das immer noch die? Nee, ist ein Bruder.
Bruder Fidelis.
If you are saying that these tablets bear writings from the very hand of our holy founder, then we must find them. Without them, all our research to trace the life of Saint Matthias on this island is doomed to failure. If these savages have stolen them, we will have to take them back, by force if necessary.
Ja, ihr seid ja so gottesfürchtig.
Ja.
Schon wieder so ein Ding. So ein
Warum
bisschen
sollen
nah.
wir jetzt mit dem?
Was ist denn das? Nee, das ist der blöde Typ hier. Justinian.
Mehr über die Geschichte Edens erfahren. Nee, ich wollte jetzt mal zum Häuptling.
Ja, natürlich.
Der interessiert
Es
mich
wird
im
Zeit, mal einen
Moment
anderen
doch
zu sehen als so einen komischen Graurock.
deutlich mehr. Ah, da oben.
Ist ja nett, dass er hier noch wohnen darf. Ne?
Ja, ist doch nett von denen. Der muss ihm doch ewig dankbar sein und in die Füße küssen dafür, dass er in Eden wohnen darf, oder?
Genau. Hallo, Lea.
Hello. I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello. De Sardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logead Blau. I did not know that. What do you want from me?
Ja,
I have heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
ja, der Reihe nach.
Tell me about the arrival of the people of Teleme and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
Ganz schön schlimm eigentlich, überleg dir mal, ja?
Ja,
The priests told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. but we do not forget our spirits.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
Ah, der ist bei denen auch heilig. Das ist ja interessant.
Ja. Warum auch nicht?
Ja.
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. Perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course, and the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men, perhaps wiser than they are.
Das werden sie nie akzeptieren.
Nee.
Weiser als sie sind?
I have to
Nö.
go.
Like so many others.
Ganz schön traurige Geschichte, aber von diesen vielen diese traurigen Geschichten werden wir wahrscheinlich oft noch hören. Ne?
Ja. So, jetzt müssen wir wieder zu diesem Typen da oben.
Zu diesen Lumis, wie immer der Typ da heißt. Wie heißt der Name schnell? Da ist so ein komisches L da vorne. Das ist eigentlich ein I. Wahrscheinlich ist es eigentlich ein I. Ne? Ja. Justinius. Nein, Justinius.
Frage.
Mit I vorne.
Das ist ja wieder ganz... Jetzt fange ich an, mich verwirren zu lassen.
Warum?
Father,
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do?
My child.
Ja, fragen wir doch.
tell me about how you created this village.
Haben wir das nicht schon
We did
gefragt?
not create it from the ground up.
Nee.
It was built around an existing
hat er doch
native
gesagt.
village. The islanders called it Vigsenegad, which translates
Ja, gut,
to
der alten
the
Weisen.
village of the old sage. Huh. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthäus, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Na, wie ist denn der Peace? Ja, schon.
Hä?
Ja, ist okay. Wie kann man das Peace und Harmony nennen, wenn du da hingehst und den Leuten dich da einfach hinsetzt neben die Leute und die einfach nicht für voll nimmst, ja?
Ja.
Also,
Und wer sich nicht fügt, der muss gehen.
ja.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those
Na,
who
eben.
stayed are on the
Das ist doch-
path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthäus. That helped to convince them.
And how well have neighboring villagers welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest. So, we sent them missionaries. There are still frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, A highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There is something strange here.
It often takes time for the people of the continent to get used to our paradise. But I am sure you will come to appreciate it.
Okay.
Sollen wir jetzt nochmal mit Lea sprechen?
Goodbye.
May the enlightened
Der beschönigt doch alles, dieser Typ hier.
I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
I find it regrettable that my colleagues aren't more honest when it comes to history. Nothing solid has ever been built on lies.
Ja.
Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
Okay, dann gucken wir mal wieder in unser Logbuch.
Wir müssen wieder zum Häuptling.
Ja, wir müssen wieder mit dem Häuptling.
Na, der hat doch gelogen, der lügt sich. Oder aber er belügt sich selbst. Er lügt sich in die eigene Tasche und sagt, alles Friede, Freude, Eierkuchen hier. Ist ganz toll. Ich meine, im Grunde lassen die Eingeborenen offenbar einfach nur machen und kümmern sich nicht weiter, schätze ich mal, soweit es möglich ist.
So habe ich den Häuptling verstanden.
Ja, genau.
Sie tun so, als ob, und damit haben sie ihre
Die eigentlich Weisen sind das sind hier eigentlich die Ureinwohner.
Ja.
Also dieses Dorf ist die Leute jedenfalls, die hier immer gelebt haben.
Hat der Häuptling ihr anklingen lassen. Oh, Entschuldigung, Rempeln
Hallo,
wollte
Lea.
ich nicht.
You have returned on all Manawi.
Ja,
Do you need something else?
Gut, wir sprechen über die gestohlenen
I think I
Tafeln.
know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
ja wahrscheinlich.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
Er versucht's.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
You're probably right. The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her. But things may not be so simple when it comes to her son.
Okay.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
Sagt er wohl immer, wie so viel.
Ja, wie so viele. So, wo wohnt denn die gute Mutter? Also
Da
einfach
unten, im
immer,
Süden.
Ja.
Geradeaus.
immer geradeaus. Mehr oder weniger
Und ich kann mir
nach
schon
links
vorstellen, dass die
rum.
Krieger sauer sind. Die haben in dem Dorf immer gelebt, das war ihr Dorf. Und dann kommen solche blöden weißen Säcke da und schmeißen die einfach raus.
Ja.
Wenn sie nicht das tun, was sie wollen, von ihnen verlangen, dann müssen sie gehen. Mit welchem Recht eigentlich? Der Stärkeren natürlich.
Ganz schön groß das Dorf.
Ja, natürlich, aber jetzt kommen meistens Missionare hier. Noch richtig viele Indianer haben wir noch nicht gesehen. Aber jetzt kommen wir dahin.
Ja.
Windwal, ne?
Greetings. Are you Vindwal?
Bird here, Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
Wir fragen sie erst
Ja.
natürlich.
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save the village. But I think the mind shakers made him forget what we are. He almost speaks like them now.
Ja, der will seine Ruhe haben.
Naja, er will nicht, dass es den Leuten mehr passiert. Er will ja seine Leute
klar.
schützen.
Er will das Dorf schützen.
Ja, genau.
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of St. Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't me.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
Ja, das müssen
The
wir.
only means of alleviating the situation with Ptolemy is to give the priests their tablets back. So if you do not want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles are hiding in the woods, beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
Ja, das sieht aus nach einer diskreten Arbeit. Hoffentlich sind wir nicht so laut. Ich würde sagen, wir machen jetzt erstmal Schluss.
Ja.
In der nächsten Folge werden wir dann versuchen, diese Tafeln zurückzuholen.
Und
So
zwar
wie es
auf
aussieht,
dem
wird es nicht so
rechten
einfach
Weg.
sein. Hm?
Und zwar auf dem rechten Weg.
Ja, nicht den mit den Fallen. Ja.
Ja.
Okay, bis dann.
Gut, gut.
Ciao.
Bis dann. Tschüss.